everyone, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, my name's Jem and I'm here on YouTube documenting my MOUNJARO weight loss journey. If you're returning, welcome back and thanks for coming along. I thought while I've hit 3 months, what I'd do is come on and sort of chat about how I think the 3 months have gone, answer a few of the questions that I've had in comments. For those of you that have been following me for a while, it might get a bit repetitive, so I can only apologise for that. But yeah, I thought it'd be, like I say, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to come on. I've had an influx of new subscribers, so just talk a little bit about myself, my journey so far and my plans for the future. So a little bit of background. I started at 15 stone or 210 pounds or 95.2 kilos. I'm currently 12 stone 5 pounds or 173 pounds or 78.4 kilos. Sorry, I have to have all this written down because I can never remember it all. So that means I've lost a total of 2 stone 9 pounds or 37 pounds or 16.8 kilos in the 12 weeks, in the 3 months. So at the moment, my target is to get down to 10.5 stone, which is 147 pounds or 66.6 kilos. But that may change. I may get near to that and decide I'm happy. I may get to that and decide that I want to lose a little bit more, but I'm going to cross that bridge when I come to it. But at the moment, that is the target weight, the goal weight that I'm looking at. So that means the weight that I have lost, I've calculated it this evening, and it's a total loss so far of 17.62%, which I just think's phenomenal in the 3 months. I'm so happy with how everything's going. I very rarely get any side effects. The only side effects I've had are a couple of bouts of constipation early on, and I've had the odd bit of heartburn. Usually that's after having, if I've had some chocolate or if I've had some alcohol, which I don't drink very often, don't drink in the house or anything like that, so it's only on like special occasions. So I was actually out on Friday night and had some drinks, and then on Saturday morning I definitely had the heartburn. So yeah, some of the questions that I've had. So somebody was asking about my eating habits and how they've changed. So I was a typical binge eater, was obsessed with sweet stuff. That question of, are you a sweet or a savoury person? I used to just say, well, I'm neither, because I just like food. I love savoury food, I love sweet food. I just loved food and ate far too much of it and ended up gaining a lot of weight. I'm now really conscious of what I'm eating, so I'm eating a healthy diet. I prioritise my protein and I'm making sure I'm getting enough vegetables. Don't eat much fruit. If I have a breakfast, I will usually have fruit with protein yogurt and a little bit of granola, but I don't snack on fruit or anything like that, mainly because it's kind of ingrained with me because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. I was told by doctors that a low carb diet was best, so I don't tend to eat much white carbs either, but also that fruit, my body doesn't deal with fruit very well, so the natural sugars in fruit, my body, I might as well just eat a Mars bar basically, or a big bar of chocolate as well as eat a load of fruit. So I don't tend to eat much fruit. I tend to stick to things like berries or apples, things like that. Although I do love mango and pineapple and things occasionally, but I do tend to stick to berries because my body apparently breaks those down better. But yeah, vegetables and things like that I'm definitely having a lot of. I eat a lot of salads, homemade soups and things like that I tend to make, but I don't eat a lot of red meat, but that's just a personal thing. I'm not a massive fan. Like, I don't like steak or anything like that. I do love a burger and I like chili and things like that, so I like minced beef, but I wouldn't, if you put a steak in front of me, it's not for me. I eat a lot of chicken, I eat bacon and things like that, and gammon, don't really eat things like pork chops or anything like that, though. They're just not, for me, they're just not the type of thing that I eat. I'm not a massive seafood eater either. I'll have the odd bit of whitefish. And I do actually randomly like crab, but I've not had that for years, if I'm completely honest. But anything like salmon or tuna or anything like that, I just don't like it. So yeah, I don't tend to eat a lot of seafood. But yeah, so basically I try to stick to 2 to 3 meals a day. Very rarely snack between meals. Don't feel the need to. Don't have the food noise that I used to have pre-Mounjaro, where I'd be like, the best way I can describe it is if I got an idea into my head, if I thought about a really nice cake I'd had one time or something, I would not be happy until I went to the shop and bought that cake and devoured it. If I opened a bar of chocolate, I was never the type of person that could eat 2 chunks of chocolate and then put the rest of it away for later. I would eat the whole lot, or I would take the 2 chunks, eat them, put it away, and then an hour later I'd go and devour the whole lot. It just was alien to me to be able to just leave something and know that it was in the house and not have to go and get it and eat it. And that didn't necessarily just have to be chocolate and things like that. It could have been savoury things. So yeah, that has completely changed with Mounjaro. The food noise completely disappeared. Yes, I still do get cravings occasionally. Usually that's around time of the month, but it's a lot more manageable with Mounjaro. So yeah, hopefully that's answered that question about how my eating habits have changed. I'm just a lot more sensible. I'm enjoying food again, which sounds really strange, but I don't think I gave myself time to enjoy food pre-Mounjaro because I was just shoving everything in and I ate so quickly, and it was basically like binge eating. Where now I'll make a meal, I'll prepare a meal, I'll eat it nice and slowly, I'll finish when I'm full, and I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the whole process of it, making it, eating it, and stopping when I feel full, which I'm sure there's a lot of you out there as well. When I used to eat to the point where it was just sort of, I wasn't even thinking about it. It was just eating. And you got to that point where your belly just feels that full, you're ready to pop, and it's like, oh, I shouldn't have ate that much. It's not a nice feeling, is it? So I don't miss that at all. But those days hopefully are gone. But yeah, that is basically how my eating habits have changed. I'm just a lot more sensible. I feel like I've got the freedom to just enjoy my food and not have to think about food constantly. You know, I used to eat my breakfast and be thinking about what I was going to have for lunch and my tea. It's just not a healthy way to be, is it? So I'm very grateful that the food noise has gone. Another question I've been asked about a few times is what workouts I'm following. So I am actually doing different ones on YouTube, sort of trying different ones out. And there's a couple of people I will put I'll link them below if I remember. If I don't remember, I'll do it at a later date, but hopefully I'll remember. Yeah, so there's a couple of people that I follow on YouTube at the moment who I've really been enjoying doing their workouts. But I actually, probably about 18 months to 2 years ago now, purchased the V-Shred app it's actually on my phone, but I can put it onto my TV, and it's a workout. Once you've bought it, you've bought it. They do try and sell you more things on top of it, but I've never purchased anything else. And I'm thinking about starting that up. So if I do, which I should do because it's paid for and I've got it readily available, I don't know what it is that's stopping me from doing that, but yeah, I think I'm going to look at doing that in the next week or so. I'm going to start that up and I will let you know how that's going. But I can't go to a gym or anything like that. I physically don't have the time. I'm on my own with my son at home and I work full time. So my mum and dad help me out a lot, picking him up from school and things like that until I get home from work. So it would be really, really cheeky of me to then say, oh, can you just have him an extra hour a night or whatever just while I go to the gym, or can you have him a bit earlier in the morning while I go to the gym? you know, it's not fair on them, and it's not fair on him either. I want to spend time with my son, so I don't want it to take away from that time. Whereas at the moment, I can get up early and do my exercises before he gets up for school, or I can do them once he's gone to bed at night. I can do them in the house. So that's what works for me at the moment. So I've got some weights, I've got my resistance bands and all that kind of thing. And yeah, it's what's working for me. I'm enjoying it. So as much as I would love to join a gym, it's just not possible at the moment. The other question that I get asked quite a lot is, where do I get my medication from? So where am I buying my Mounjaro? I get it from a company called Zava, Z-A-V-A. They're really, really good. They keep you up to date and they'll email you and things like that. They're always on hand if you want to speak to them, if you've got any concerns or anything. And the dispatch and everything's really quick. It's the sort of typical thing when you first go on there where you have to provide your starting weight, a photograph of you front on and a photograph of you side on, holding a piece of paper with the date on, and you stood on the scales again, showing the date to prove that the weight that you are. And then once they do all their checks, check your BMI and all that sort of thing, it's usually dispatched within about 24, 48 hours, and then you receive your pen a couple of days later. I've had no issues with them and very, very happy with them. So yeah, it is Zava that I use. I do have a referral code, so if you want that, just let me know and I will pass that to you. But yes, that's where I get my medication from. The other question I've been asked is, why did I titrate up and why am I titrating back down? Or which I have already done. I'm already back down to the 5 milligram now. I've took my first shot on Thursday. So the reason I titrated up, apologies because this is I am repeating myself for a few of you, but when I was due to get my third pen, it was right over the Christmas period. I was worried about delivery times. I didn't want to go without my pen. And I kind of just made a snap judgment as I was ordering it. I was umming and ahhing whether to stick with the 5 milligram or move up to the 7.5. And I decided to move up to the 7.5 literally as I clicked the button to order it. Wish I hadn't, because I was fine on the 5 milligram. I was losing weight. I had no side effects. So I regretted it, and I regretted it each week of the 7.5. I still had great losses, no side effects, but I just didn't feel any different than I did on the 5 milligram. So that's why I decided to then titrate back down. Financially, it makes a lot more sense because it's cheaper on the 5 milligram, so it is a lot better financially for me. And we're pretty much halfway through the week now. I took my shot on Thursday. It's now Sunday night. So everything's great. Everything's fine. In fact, I think I feel better on the 5 milligram than I did to the 7.5. I don't think I felt particularly bad on the 7.5 or anything like that. No side effects, and weight losses were good. But I don't know, I just feel a bit like I'm happy. I'm happy that I've gone back to 5 milligram. So far, so good. And we'll see what Thursday brings as far as weight loss goes. And obviously, I'll keep you updated with all of that in Thursday's video. So yeah, that is what happened there with my titration going up and down. And yeah, but at the moment, I'm really happy to be back on the 5 milligram. So what's my plans going forward? I plan to stay on the 5 milligram for as long as possible, and basically until it stops working. Hopefully it won't, and I can just stay with the 5 milligram until I get to target. That would be the ideal, especially financially, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I don't have a target date in mind or anything like that. If it takes me a year, if it takes me 2 years, I don't mind. I'm not bothered if I lose £0.5 a week, £1 a week, or £3 a week. As long as the weight's coming off, I'm happy. Even if I maintain, it's fine. It doesn't matter. I've done this before. I've filmed my journey when I was doing Slimming World a few years ago, and I had ups and downs, and in the end I still lost over 6.5 stone. And yeah, all those losses, maintains, the odd little gain, they all add up to where you want to get to. They get you there in the end. So I'm not too concerned of how long it's going to take me. Don't get me wrong, it would be lovely if by the summer or just after the summer going into the autumn I'd hit my target. That would be fantastic. But I don't really mind. I don't really mind if it takes me until next summer to get there. Like I say, I don't have a fixed goal in mind. I have a number in my head at the moment, but we'll see when I get nearer to it. So yeah, that is basically my plans going forward. Just continue as I am, enjoying what I'm doing, getting some exercise done, trying out this V-shred. I'm sticking with my drinking plenty of water, with my balanced diet and taking my vitamins. As far as vitamins go, I do seem to take quite a lot, so it is something I'm going to look into whether I should be taking as many as I am, because at the moment I take 2 cod liver oil tablets a day. I take 2 magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin D, biotin, and I think there's something else I take as well. So it does seem like quite a lot, but this might be controversial, but I'm not a great believer in multivitamins. To me, I always think of it like when you get a shampoo and conditioner in one. I think, well, how can it do both effectively? They're 2 completely different things. How can something effectively wash your hair and conditioner at the same time? So I'm kind of like that with the multivitamin. I'm like, well, it's not going to be as strong as if you have them separately. So let me know what you think about that, guys. I know a lot of people take the multivitamins and things. Let me know how you get on with that. The other thing that I do take as well is I have the collagen sachets, which I don't like. I think they're awful. So if anybody's taking any collagen that doesn't taste absolutely awful, please let me know what it is below. I would love to try it, because I've tried about 3 different brands and each one is awful. The one I've got at the moment is Duty, Dewty, and it's a peach flavoured one. Doesn't taste like peach, but it's the nicest tasting of the ones I've tried, but it's still horrible. So yeah, if anybody is using one that's all right, that's not completely horrible to drink, let me know. But yeah, as far as vitamins go, I do think some days it's like, oh, I do seem to be sort of taking a lot. I think it works out to about 8 or 9 tablets a day. But I would never give up the cod liver oil. I must admit that cod liver oil's done wonders for my nails, my hair, my skin and everything. But I do think the amount I'm taking might be a bit too much. But then I suppose with vitamins and things like that, your body disperses of anything that it doesn't need. So yeah. Oh, I take iron as well. I don't think I mentioned iron, but I take an iron tablet as well because I don't eat much red meat. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I was a bit stumped about what I was going to talk about tonight. I do like to do a little Sunday video. I've not had a chance to vlog this weekend. I am off to London on Tuesday for a show, so I'll take you along a little bit for that, because we'll be eating out and things. So I'll let you see how that goes, because that'll be interesting to see. You know, I don't eat out much anymore, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of thing I decide to have and how much I can manage and things like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, going to see a show and staying in a lovely little hotel. So I will take you along for that. But yes, if you are new, I do 2 videos a week currently. So I do my Thursday sort of weighing updates, and then on a Sunday it's just a bit ad hoc. Sometimes it's what I eat in a day, sometimes it's a little bit of a sit down chat like this one is. Yeah, so if you've got any ideas of anything you'd like to see, just drop them down below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do, and please like the video if you have liked it. And yeah, come along and join this amazing community that we've got going and follow this little journey of mine. Absolutely so grateful for all the comments, especially on my last video, on my last few videos actually. Everyone's been so lovely and supportive. And on my last video, I'd put the side by side of me in the dress, and everyone's just been so nice and complimentary about how well I'm doing. And yeah, I feel amazing. I'm so pleased with how it's all going. I hope you're all feeling as pleased and as happy with your journeys as I am, whatever it is that you're doing. It doesn't necessarily have to be a skinny jab, but yes, Join me on Thursday. I'll let you know how it's going on the 5mg. At the moment, fantastic, so hopefully that will continue. And yeah, I will take you along to London with me as well, so that I'll probably stick that on the front of next on Thursday's video. But take care, guys, and I'll see you then. Bye.